Dresses, coats, shoes, accessories. The more the better, we say. Everyone wants to be the most stylish, the best dressed, super fashionable, or simply to showcase their personality through the clothes they wear. And nowadays, the fast fashion industry makes it easier for everyone to be a little fashion victim. For those of you who might not know, fast fashion is a contemporary term used by fashion retailers to express that designs move from catwalk quickly enough to capture current fashion trends. Fast fashion clothing collections are based on the most recent fashion trends presented at Fashion Week in both the spring and the autumn of every year. If once upon a time there were two fashion seasons, spring-summer and fall-winter, in 2014 the fashion industry was churning out 52 micro-seasons per year. With new trends coming out every week, the goal of fast fashion is for consumers to buy as many garments as possible, as quickly as possible. But at what cost? And by cost, I don't mean the price you pay for that $5 H&M t-shirt. Fast fashion has an immense impact on the world we live in, on both the environment and the society. We will use an example for illustrating the effects of fast fashion, a real company. Inditex is a Spanish multinational clothing company headquartered in Arteixo, Galicia. Inditex, the biggest fashion group in the world, operates over 7,200 stores in 93 markets worldwide. The company sells its products through 8 brands: Zara, Pull&Bear, Massimo Dutti, Bershka, Stradivarius, Oysho, Zara Home, and Uterk. The company is the best example for the concept of fast fashion. With its vertically integrated supply chain, Inditex manages to turn its inventory 12 times per year, compared to their competitors that manage to do it only 3 to 4 times. New items can be designed and out to the stores in 4 to 6 weeks, and existing items can be modified in 2 weeks. The short lead time for delivery of unique fashion items combined with short production runs enables Inditex to offer its customers more styles and choices, and yet still create a sense of urgency to buy because items sell often quickly. This is how customer demand is created. I bet you're thinking, how do they manage to achieve all that without any consequences? Unfortunately for everyone, the consequences are huge. Let's start with the environment. NPR reports from the Environmental Protection Agency that 15.1 million tons of textile waste was generated by the fast fashion industry in 2013, of which 12.8 million tons were discarded. Since Inditex is the biggest fashion group in the world, their share of waste is monumental. Moving on to their impact on the climate, we have to acknowledge the fact that the apparel industry is the second most polluting industry globally, exceeded only by oil, and it accounts for 10% of global carbon emissions. CO2 emissions are expected to grow to 77% by 2025, mostly driven by higher penetration of fast fashion brands in emerging markets. Therefore, climate change directly affects Inditex. It is a reinforcing loop. It is affecting the availability and price of key raw materials used for the production of garments, which pose additional pressure on retailers' margins. And this takes us to Inditex's impact on society. In the recent years, the company has been dealing with different scandals regarding slave labor. There has been a slave labor case in Brazil. Employees of 3 sewing workshops have been forced to work from dusk till dawn and make garments. And another case in Turkey, where Zara customers found tags slipped in clothes from unpaid laborers. Within their last annual report, the company mentions that they're more committed to the environment than ever before. Inditex claims that it is committed to improve water management in their supply chain for cleaner, more efficient usage, to reduce water consumption and improve water efficiency in their stores, offices, and facilities. They're also planning to reduce water use in the making of their products. Moreover, Inditex states that they aim to make continuous improvement on their supply chain in order to achieve zero discharges. They also plan to collaborate with their suppliers, chemical industry, scientists, researchers, academic, public administration, and non-profit organizations. The company also mentions that they have always had a strong commitment to protecting human rights and has even developed its own code of conduct and responsible practices. The code of conduct is developed by policies approved by Inditex's board of directors, such as the Corporate Social Responsibility Policy, which establishes the principles of Inditex's relationship with its stakeholders, and it's based on the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the principle of the Global Compact, and the guiding principle on businesses and human rights. Moreover, they have also developed the Code of Conduct for Manufacturers and Suppliers, which was approved by the Board of Directors in 2001. It has also been amended most recently in 2012, and it establishes the group's principle for its supply chain. This all sounds great, right? But as mentioned before, the company still faces numerous issues in the environmental and societal dimensions, issues that the initiatives implemented couldn't solve. So why should the company act? Why should Inditex do more than it is already doing? The truth is that they're not trying to fix the problem at its root, and that is overconsumption. Since Inditex is the biggest fashion group in the world, it has the power to voice the issues and educate their consumers. They can educate them to buy less, to wear consciously, to recycle their garments once they lost interest in them. By doing this, the company will also engage every single consumer and make them a part of their disruptive initiatives. Whoa, that's a huge task, you might say. Well, the solution is quite simple: a partnership with ICO. ICO has created the global take-back system for collecting used apparel, footwear, and other garments for reuse and recycling. And to make it easier for you to understand the concept, I'll show you a little video, just here below.